Hated him, me and so they break up. He tried to talk to me, and I was like, no, I am not that type of female. Like
Tail. We call him Tail.
didn't like certain stuff he was hearing from other people. The next day, we would just start flirting with each other in front of my face, like, and even her as my friend, and she knew how I felt or whatever.
Just left with them without saying goodbye or anything. Welcome back on my channel. I'm Molly. Molly is me, and we're back here with another video. Today's video is going to be about me doing a story time. Yes, I am on a robe because it's night. It's not too late, but it's night. And I have on a robe, and hopefully I get done editing this video so I can drop it in time. But story time basically about me, a little experience I had when I was working to a past job or whatever. I was like way years ago. But yeah, when that time I was working and I had to start liking somebody on the job. Basically, that's the whole story and the whole nitty towards this topic. Okay, so we get the video on. I don't want to make too much noise because the baby's sleeping. I don't want to make too much noise. Okay, so if I'm too low, I apologize, but yeah. Hold on, give me. Transferred to that job because of my first job, because of it was something just going on, whatever. But on my second job, I came there, I was a new face, I didn't know anybody, and everything was just new to me, and I just was learning as I go through. I knew a couple other people, but I didn't know them. But I knew them, but I didn't know them. I know them from like school time, and we used to go to school together, but we really didn't have that type of connection or school with each other or whatever. So everybody was just new to me. But I knew them, but they didn't. They knew of me, but we just did not know type of cordial conversation or talk to each other. They had their little stuff going on, whatever, but I never used to pay too much mind to it. But me, as I saw, then I noticed as I continued to work, one of my old schoolmates was working there. Okay, cool. I know someone, so we could have a talk and whatever. So I can remember like me sitting. Okay, so how it was, if we want to eat, like if we want to order food, for lunch or whatever, we could order food from the place or whatever, and we could sit in the dining room, eat our food, or you could sit in the back where we just work or whatever. But somehow I sit in the dining room, and I tell you all about just now. That's we call that person Tail. We call him Tail. Okay, so Tail, me and him know each other from school, so we just was cordial and friends and talking or whatever. So he came to me and he's like, "Oh, I've been on the I find you cute, whatever." But I didn't really think that of it because I just thought that's him being a boy. But so that lead to the next day. The next day, I heard that he had a girlfriend, but she was working on a job with us as well. But I didn't even know that. But I was like, oh, but he never said anything. But I think he said something that he was single or whatever. But I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I just left it alone or whatever. So next thing near the phone, I saw they was talking to him some type of way, or somebody didn't want to take the, or no, he was supposed to make a sandwich or whatever, and they didn't. He was supposed to make a sandwich or whatever, and he wanted the chain to come off his neck. I think the manager told him to take the chain off his neck. So everybody was fussing, oh, you don't touch this on him and this and that. Oh, I don't think y'all allowed to touch him because he have so and so. Boy, they just was running. Like it was just a bunch of females. I don't know if females get, but I just suck my dick because how I know him. I just suck my dick and I just take off the chain because y'all doing the most. I say y'all really doing too much. And all I hear is I said, oh my god. But I just do. I don't know that I just didn't care. I just suck my feet and give him the chain. I mean at least put the chain up or whatever. And that was that. Okay, so now let's get into nitty gritty. Why I bring up that person? When I say I call him Tail, I think I say Tail. Yes, if I have changed the name, I probably forget. But okay, so now let's call this new one, not this new one, but at least this boy. The boy who is the main purpose of this story time. Let's call him Gio. We call him Gio. Yeah, we call him Gio. So okay, so now that it is working. I was a quiet person. I always stay into myself or whatever. But now that it's working or whatever, Gio got my attention. Like I saw that he was cute in his way or whatever, and he was a little quiet or whatever. But he just caught my attention. I just like, oh my god, he cute. I mean, not he cute. He just seemed cool. So we started talking. It's like a drive-through type of thing, and we had the cash. It's a cash in the front and cash in the front and a cash in the back. Cash in the back working at the window of the drive-through. So basically, I was on drive-through, and how it was, the company or whatever had people outside collecting the money as the cars on the drive-through. It was just a lot. So Gio was the one outside. He was the one outside collecting the money, and I was the one back draw cashing. One lead to the next, and we started talking, and then I think that's where we exchanged numbers or whatever. And we started talking more. We started a conversation with each other more, and we started calling each other. And at the time, I was still living with my daddy or whatever, and my daddy wasn't so cool with me having boyfriends or talking to people like that. So it was just like I never used to go out I never used to go out and have fun or whatever, or hang out with my friends, or I could have do it time to time, but you know how the script people does me. So I never had the experience just to go and have fun or whatever, or have a boyfriend. You know, I used to old school. Yeah, that is not I couldn't talk to no boys or whatever. We couldn't really see each other other than work. Yeah, other than work, we couldn't see each other, and then I know on his end, it was frustrating for him. But I then told him what he's up against or whatever, and he was like, he was so into it or whatever. Okay, so anytime we just wanted to see each other, we see each other at work. If we want to kiss, we want to hug, we had each other to work or whatever. And it was just, everything was cool, everything was smooth for me. But I know on his end, he wanted more. Because you know how guys is be or whatever. He wanted more and wanted to see me more often than other than work. But stuff couldn't lead to the next, and the next couldn't lead to stuff. So there's nothing I could have done. It wasn't sneaky, but I find a way where we could have seen each other other than work, because he asked me on a little date I guess we came up with somewhere we would go to the movies and enjoy ourselves and watch a movie or whatever. So I let my sister come with me, and we went on a movie little date, and then we just was having fun or whatever. We was talking, having fun, watching movie. You know, basic stuff people do when they watch movies or whatever. So what else happened? Okay, then we realized we wanted to see each other more. Like we wanted to be around, spend around each other other than work, because you know you could spend time with to a certain extent, and then we have to actually get to work, and that job was really busy. It wasn't given time. So we just wanted to find different ways to get time to each other. So I booked the Airbnb, right? No, let me not skip to that yet. Okay, so now the girl I'm going to speak about, let's call her Tika. Let's call her Tika, the girl I'm going to speak of right now. Let's call her Tika. Okay, so me and Tika, mind you, I just seen her around in my school. But like I said, we never had like a serious type friendship. Like, you know, like when you know somebody, you say hi, bye. Nothing too much, right? Okay, so Tika, now that I started working to this job, she was working there, so we got close and then we started talking, we started hanging out with each other. Not through breaks and stuff like that. We started having more conversation with each other. Tika was I call him Teo, the first guy. Tika is Teo's girlfriend. That I found out, but I didn't know. But Tika is Teo's girlfriend. So now I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty why I say that. Listen. Okay, so Teo noticed me and Gio started getting more close to each other or whatever, which they didn't know we was talking or on that type of level. But Teo noticed that, and Teo was like, oh, so and so, you're just how guys be, you're just how guys be or whatever. So I didn't really think nothing of it. Like, you know, I just was to brush it aside because at this point I didn't know he was single, but then I didn't know he had a girlfriend. Yeah. So fast forward, going Tika, me and Tika started getting close or whatever, and I noticed every time me, Tika, and Gio would work together, which is the guy I was talking to, we would work together. I noticed them two cutting up with each other, like flirting with each other, and you know, like I ain't there. Like they were just flirting and talking to each other like I ain't there. But it was weird, like, and then Gio used to pretend like I wasn't even there. So I just brushed it aside because at the end of the day, all this was just new to me. I thought that's just how somebody should act. I don't know. At that time, I thought that's how somebody should act if they like you. Because I really didn't be in a relationship with people or whatever. And it was just a different and a new experience for me. Felt some type of way, and after the whole thing, I felt some type of way when he was cutting up with her or whatever, but then I didn't want to say too much because then I was talking to her. She was cool, and I know when I find out she was talking to Teo, and I heard she was telling me the relationship problems or whatever, what they get going on. It was just a lot. So I just didn't think she would be that type of person, knowing me telling her as well. Me and so talking on that type of level, or we working. I think we was in a relationship at that time or whatever. I didn't know what she would have do. Anyway, let's not get. Oh, my lip dry. Hold on. Let me just I know my lip is so dry. Just a little bit. But yeah, I didn't know like she was that type of person, but I thought because she was sweet and she was understanding, and then I feel like we could express ourselves to each other. So I really didn't go like think that she would do what she doing, but she did. Fast forward that night, we went on a call or whatever, and we just was talking. I was just telling I don't like him doing that because I don't feel like it was right to just be flirting with another girl in front of me, and you knowing me in your situation. He's like, oh, it wasn't like that, or he's sorry or whatever, he didn't mean to hurt me or whatever, or he didn't mean to do that as in a way it would have hurt me or whatever, right? So I thought everything was cool, and he's like, oh, he understand how I feel, trying to be understandable about the whole situation. And I was like, okay, cool. I guess at the start we're gonna leave the whole situation alone, let everything be good again. That was a whole lie. Okay, so next day Next day I noticed he wouldn't talk to me to work or whatever. When certain people come around, which certain people was Tika, when she come around, he wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't have a conversation with me. But then when other girls or stuff like that, because like I said, when I was working, I wasn't paying like really attention to who all worked or what they had going on. I just was in my world. I just was working and going home. But now that now that I come with my little box and just look around and notice everything, it was like, damn, why you didn't notice it before you get in a relationship with this person or start talking to this person? But anyway, so me being quiet, I noticed he would talk to other girls on the shift or whatever while I was there, and then he would like just do little when somebody being slick. But yeah, like you would know when somebody being slick and trying to be, you know. But then I just used to like whenever you go home, because I didn't want to make a scene or pull a scene and say, okay, we talking or we, because me, I'm the type of person I don't like people in my business. I don't like nobody in my business. Like even if relationship wise, I just feel like my relationships should be so private. Not everybody should know who I talking to, or like I just was so private. Like I just was really a private person. I don't know why this camera make me look so bright. I don't know, but yeah. So I know I went home. I told him I didn't like that. We started arguing or whatever, and then it just got petty. Like I don't know. Like it got really petty. Like he started to say, "Oh, you was cutting up with this person, that person." Mind you, I was a quiet person, and cutting up with a person he mentioned. Now he mentioned Teo. Teo was the first boy. He mentioned Teo because me and Teo used to have a little conversation, but not too big, But he felt like I was cutting up with Teo or whatever. I mean, not cutting up. He felt like I was flirting with Teo, and he said, oh, he acted in such a way because I was flirting with him or whatever. It was a lot. It wasn't even a flirt. It was just a conversation. I guess that's what he had in his mind or whatever. So I agree. Me as a person, I agree to back off Teo or whatever, or stop talking to him or do some type of boundaries because you said you didn't like it. At the end of the day, but after I did that, he said what he had to do. It wasn't no stopping what Gio was doing. Gio was still doing what he had to do. So I just was like, damn, okay, I guess my feelings don't matter. At this point, I just kept feeling disrespected or whatever. So I just kept quiet and just watched everything play it out. So I remember this like happened yesterday. But so us, we just was trying to fix up each other or whatever. Meanwhile, he was still doing what he had to do to the job, but I just was quiet and letting everything play out. I didn't play out, but I just didn't want it to bother me. I just didn't want the whole situation to bother me. So, and even though I know he was a cool person to talk to, whatever, I just didn't want to mess us up or whatever. I was just young and stupid. But yeah, I was just young and stupid. Like, anyways, so fast forward to that. Mind you, he was still doing all that, so whatever. So I was like, okay, he probably acting this way because, mind you, I told y'all we couldn't see each other off job wise because of my parents. I asked for parents and whatever. My daddy was strict. He was strict or whatever, so I couldn't do much. So I was like, okay, I think this was his birthday. Is it his birthday or my birthday? I can't remember. But I find a way to talk to my sister's step and tell him let's do an Airbnb. So we could have time with each other or whatever. I only gotta work on what was done back then because I was still, I wasn't young, but y'all know how to be like. feel like I've been expressing. I don't know how that be. But yeah, so I put in most of my money towards it. At least me and my sisters put up or whatever. Airbnb, we got the food, we got the drinks, we got. At that time, I was drinking too, but I don't drink now. But I was drinking. As me, I was excited because yeah, I thought that this would have fixed everything or whatever. This would have been better for our relationship or what we had going on or whatever. So we got to the Airbnb and then we just chilled and we just, Then when I see that he was to the Airbnb, he wasn't barely talking to me. I was like, what? Like, I spent all my money, not all my money, I made sure that we had this. So this could have been something that could have bring us closer. But then when he come to the Airbnb, he started acting weird. So I was like, okay, he probably just going through something, or he probably just still upset about those. So I just trying to do things to make him feel better, and yeah, just trying to better the whole situation, which he wasn't into or whatever. We just have little arguments or whatever. And then he would just go shut out. He wouldn't even talk to me for a whole day. So mind you, at the Airbnb, I don't say that. I can't say that. No, I can't say that. Okay, so he just got upset with me for something. Like, if you don't know what it is, you'll be like, damn, that was petty as shit. But it was like, damn. It wasn't like, I don't know what to say it. But it was bad. Like, it was just bad. And I was so hurt because I didn't like him or whatever. And I really tried my best to work and fix him, whatever we had going on. So he just to the whole Airbnb, he just was upset. Mind you, we had a pool to the Airbnb. So I said, okay, everybody is like the activity day, so everybody just put on their swimsuits and we went to the pool. Mind you, we go into the pool, right? And I basically to the pool by myself the whole damn time. And I had a full boyfriend now. But he chose to go swim with the boys the whole damn time. Wise, my other friends was there and they was with their boyfriends or whatever. And then, yeah, like, and then I just wanted my boyfriend with me, but my boyfriend was playing with the rest of the boys. It was just so, it was like, damn. I was like, damn, like, what though? I was like, I was so sad. I was sad. I was really sad. Like, it was really bad. It was sad. No, we cut off again.
I disconnect the mic until the mic charge a bit, but that ain't stopping nothing because we gotta post this video. Okay, so let's get on to the next nitty gritty. Okay, so we went back to the Airbnb. He still hasn't talked to me. He still hasn't said a word to me. So basically, it's just silence at this point. I don't know. I just didn't know what I did at that time to make him so upset or not speak to me. I just didn't know. And I called him in the room to talk to him after I showered. I done showered and I think we were supposed to have game night that night. We were supposed to have game night that night and everybody's just supposed to come together and, play games and have fun or whatever. So I called him in the room before we had game night after I was done showering or whatever. He got in the shower. I was asking him what's going on, like, why you acting weird? Why you acting weird? Like, I don't know why you acting the way you are acting now, and I didn't do anything, so I don't know what gave you the reason to act weird. So he was like, oh, it ain't like that. He just didn't like certain stuff he was hearing from other people I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you and Teo was doing this, y'all was doing that. I was like, what? What? Me? I was like, me? I say, instead of you coming to your girlfriend, your actual girlfriend, asking your actual girlfriend if everything is good, or I hear you talking to someone, so can I get some type of clarification from that, or confirm this? You got mad at me because somebody else come to you about something that I didn't know about, or what you wasn't even sure about. I was like, huh? I don't know. I was just so confused, and then he was like, we just was arguing back and forth, back and forth. And he's like, oh, he want to go home, this and that. He don't want to stay. He just want to go home. He just want to go home. At that time, B was like far from the neighborhood where we was living in, or I mean not where we was living in. We was far from the neighborhood where we stayed to live or whatever. So it's not just like a fast drive to say, okay, we could just drop you home and you could just go about your day. No, it was just like a long distance apart. So it was just a lot that night. Like that night was a lot. Let's plug this one in. Okay. So I hope that the mic is not going perfectly, but I just have to set this so we can focus. Okay, so back to that. Yeah. And then he was just like, he wanted to go home, and we couldn't drop it. We couldn't take him home. But I said, you sure you want to go home, or you just don't want to have a conversation? He was like, no, he's done. He don't want to speak no more about it. So I just was okay, and I was hurt, and I started to cry, whatever. I expressed myself. Me doing too much expressing myself still didn't get nowhere to him, or he still didn't change his mind about nothing. So it just ruined my night. And at that time, I just was like, F it, I about to drink like crazy. I just started drinking like crazy because of the emotions I was feeling. At the time, I was young. I didn't really, But yeah, I just started drinking, and then I just got wasted, and we played the games and stuff like that. Then I got quiet. It was just a lot that night. Then the next morning, he just left. Like, I think my sister was going for groceries or whatever to make dinner that night, and I was hurt. Like, I really was hurt, genuinely hurt, because I worked so hard to do this for us, and then that's just how you act the whole time on the trip. It was just useless. Okay, so what happened next? Too late that we just stopped talking to each other. At least he stopped communicating with me. I stopped communicating with him, because if you don't want to talk to me, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to force you to have a conversation with me if you don't want to speak to me. I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. I think I'm myself, but it's okay. But yeah, if you don't speak to me, I'll bring up the conversation and say, okay, if you want to have this adult conversation to get over this or whatever, and you just make no effort in changing, I'll just leave it. I won't have nothing else to say. I won't speak to you if you're not speaking to me. That's just how I am. Okay? So, mind you, I went to, what I say I called this girl, oh my god, I forget I call her Tika. So I went to Tika and I told Tika how I feel, like, because I was hurt or whatever, and so. Then she would just laugh about it or whatever, and then she'd be supportive about it. I just thought that's just how a friend was supposed to act. Because even if so, I never had like a friend like how, I mean, not never had, but yeah, I'm not saying never had, but yeah, but like, I just wanted to talk to her about everything about our relationship. I think that's why I guess that's why I went wrong, whatever. But it was okay. Hold on. I expressed myself to her or whatever, and we just was laughing about the whole situation. Even though it still hurted me, I still try to find a joke towards the situation. I just laughed about it and basically try and make myself feel okay with it, or y'all know how that be. So I noticed, like, as we was working, them two was getting close. Then too late the next day would just start flirting with each other in front of my face, like, and even her as my friend and she know how I felt or whatever, she still did it. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. You call yourself my friend, but then you're doing this in front of my face, and but a person I deeply care about. And I was like, damn, it's crazy, but okay. So as I see, I know she noticed me that I noticed okay. She noticed me, she noticed I saw they was getting close or whatever, and I think at the time she did break up with her boyfriend too. Which I thought it was weird, but then I really didn't think much of it because at that point in time, I said she was my friend. But now that I think about it, I was like, damn, but okay, that's okay. So yeah, so she just started flirting with him, cutting up with him, and then when she realized I noticed, she came to me. Oh, I thought you would have been mad at me. I didn't say nothing. I mean, I said no, I'm not mad. I myself know I was hurt about the situation and I was confused, and yeah, I was hurt, but I didn't tell her that. But too late then the next, I just stopped speaking to her because I just find out that was so weird to me. That was really weird to me. And then I noticed when I started speaking to her, she got more and more close with him. And then basically stuff I would argue him about and tell him how he should have treated me, because I was really, really into him and I really did care for him. He started doing to her. Like, he started just the little stuff I was asking him for in a relationship. He did it with her. I felt some type of way at the moment or whatever, but it was just like, damn, it was just like a damn type situation or type thing. I know you're supposed to learn and grow from situation. Yes, I glad I went through that and experienced that situation, but it was just like, damn, I'm going to put this on you all that. So I love it, but okay. So yeah, like, she stopped speaking to me and she just started, I guess, they started dating or whatever. And like, I just found it so weird. I did found it really weird. I mean, I gotta say, like, she was a sweet person. She was really sweet, and I just really never thought you would do something. Like, now that I think about it, I never thought you would do something like that. Like, that is effed up. That is effed up. But even if so, after they break up or whatever, I mean, after her and her boyfriend break up or whatever, and he did him, me and so to break up, he tried to talk to me, but I was like, no, I'm not that type of female. Like, you used to talk to her. Why are you trying to talk to me? Like, I just at that moment and at that time, I just was over everybody. At this point, I just over everyone. So I just but yeah, that's my little story time. Like, I just couldn't believe that they was like, she actually started dating him. She actually started talking to him, and they got together, and she just, like, every time he would come around or whatever, I guess he would try show it off in front of my face, like brush it off in front of my face. It's like, oh yeah, I moved on or this and that. Like, it was just so childish to me. Like, Like, I don't know, like, he was just trying to look for a reaction from me, but I was just a quiet person. I was quiet. Like, I'm a type of person, I would observe. I would observe everything before I actually, or even if I get to say something, I would just observe the whole, like, everything, instead of just saying anything and just take all that shit in. I'll just eat all that shit up and just be quiet. Or if I feel some type of way, I'll just wait to go home to express myself instead of just doing it around people, embarrassing myself. I just how I felt. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I just never used to show that I cared about the situation, but just worked and go home after all that was going on. Like, I could have felt the energy was weird at work, and that's those days. Some days I would have called off because I just didn't want to work around. Like, I just didn't want to work around that. Like, it was just so bad. Like, but it was just so bad. I mean, after the fact, I tried to forgive myself to say, okay, just let the whole thing go. But then at the end of the day, I was still blaming myself. And then that's what really teach me to say, okay, I shouldn't care too much towards people because this is what you could get in return. That's just how all that went. Like, it was just bad. Like, it was just a bad experience. And from that day forward, I felt like I didn't have to become friends with no new females. That was a wrap. Like, I didn't have no more new females from that day forward. No more females as friends. Like, I just was on made as friends, like best friends and stuff like that, because I feel like females be more trapsy and they just be plotting. Like, I just feel like females is weird. Like, so I just having this mindset. I mean, hard in that mindset. Like, I just didn't want to be friends with no type of females. So yeah, that was my little story time. That was my little story time, and that really hurt me. And after the fact of the whole situation, he still, I guess she did leave or whatever. I don't know if they still was together or whatever, but I really didn't care. After that, it was a whole mess. Something else. But him, I don't know, he had some type of dealings with the manager or whatever. But yeah, I didn't get in politics. I did not get in politics. Oh my God. It was just so messy with me. I don't like putting myself in drama. Like, I'm not a drama person. Like, I never see myself mixing some type of conversation or extra conversation that is not needed from me or is not needed to come from me. Like, even if some drama about me, I would just excuse myself and be quiet about it. I wouldn't even entertain the whole situation. That right there, that was just too much for me. That was too much. I was like, oh my God, girl, why you putting yourself through so much? Like, you know just how you is. Why you putting yourself, like, I never used to argue with no one. Like if it was any other girl, they probably would have fight her or try to defend himself or beat him up because of his disrespect or whatever. But I don't care. I don't care. I care to a certain point to protect myself. Like, I didn't care to like to say, okay, I gotta attack this nigga. Like, I gotta show him. No, I ain't that type of person to do all that. That whole situation just blew me. That blew me, and I just opened my eyes up to so much different other stuff than to just don't be obsessed with nobody who isn't obsessed with you. Okay? Just clock that. Yeah, y'all, that was just my little story time. I just feel like I could have shared. And if any other people out there are experiencing it, trust me, the fussing and the fighting and the extra commotion is not necessary. It's not. It's easy just to walk away so they can know how unbothered you are about the situation. But you know you bothered. But it's good to walk away from drama and unnecessary stuff that don't need your answer to. Okay? So yeah, let me know if y'all like this video. Just give this video a like. If y'all want more story times, I have a lot of story times to tell. Not a lot, but I feel like some people will react to it if y'all like this video. But yeah, if y'all like this, give it a like. If y'all want more story time, y'all can give it a like as well. Yeah, I hope y'all like and subscribe. I said up it 3 times on that, but yeah. Like and subscribe, and hope you enjoyed this little story time. Love you guys.